Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be making a really fun art activity that is focused on the art elements of line colors. We're going to be using rainbow order. We're going to be using fun Zentangle lines with the Sharpies in the background. And we're going to be using overlapping. We're also going to talk about positive space, which is the rainbow, and negative space, which is where we're putting those Zentangles. So let's get started. All right. Step one, we are going to get a piece of paper and you're going to be using Mr. Sketch markers today. So let's just put this one to the side. You can make any line shape that you want. And the trick to this is to just start with one. So you'll notice that I have 3 rainbows. 1, 2, 3. Which one do you think I drew first? If you said this one on top, you're right. It's good to think of which one you want on top, and then the other ones we're going to sneak in there behind those. So I like to start in the middle of the rainbow order, and what that means is dark green. So I'm going to make this zigzag shape for a rainbow. This one was very curvy, and today I'm going to make mine zigzag. So then you're just going to build up with colors, and I'm going to go to light green next. Then I am going to go to yellow, as you can imagine. Yellow. Then I'm going to go to, you guessed it, orange. I'm trying not to leave any white gaps. If I do, I can just go back in and fill it in like that. Your choice on if you want to do red, or you might want to add red and then pink. You do not need to include pink. You can if you want to. And when I do pink on rainbow, I do it just on top of the red. So I'm going to put that right next to the red. I don't know why these Mr. Sketch sets come with 2 pinks. I've never figured that one out. All right, on the other side of the green, I'm going to go to light blue. And then I will do dark blue. Let's see. This is so fun. It smells delicious. Why does Miss Singletary like Mr. Sketch markers? By the way, it is not because they smell so amazing. I mean, I do like that. But the reason that I use Mr. Sketch is that they are just better quality than Crayola or other brands that we have in the art room or at school. They last longer and the colors are much brighter. Okay, I finished that one. Now comes the tricky part called overlapping. And I'm going to think of where else would I want a rainbow to go. And so maybe this one I will do curved. Notice that I'm going to jump over. This is overlapping, jump. And then I'm going to imagine, where did that line go? And then I'll just go down here. And then I'm going to repeat the same process that I just did with green, both greens. Think ahead. What color do you think I'm using next? If you said yellow, you're right. Fill in any of those white gaps. Then we have orange, orange, orange. Then we have red. And we're doing this project in October. You'll notice that I'm wearing my Dias de los Muertos rainbow flower headband. Because as an art teacher, I have so many things with rainbows, you guys. All right, I did leave a little white gap right there, so I want to go back with my pink marker and try to eliminate on the rainbow part all of that white. What else did I forget? The other side of this rainbow. So I'm going to do blue. You could also, these lines, you know, you could make them like your initials. You could put like N, and then if your last name was S, you could put an S behind it. I'm going to skip the other blue on this rainbow and put my purple. Now, I could do one more like I did on this drawing. I did an extra one, but for today, I'm going to stop here. You're going to get a Sharpie, and Zentangle lines are just a repeated pattern. So think of like wavy lines. So maybe I put in this negative space. The negative space is the space that's left behind that's still white. I'm going to move that one out of the way. So this is just a scalloped line. Whatever you do, like you do this section one, this one, this one. So this drawing ended up with 4 parts of negative space. You may have more or less. Another easy one to do is a grid, which would be stripes. Also take your time, do your best work. A grid would just be stripes. You could actually just leave it as stripes or turn it into a grid, which has lines going both ways. You can think of your own line patterns. You could even, it doesn't have to be line patterns. It could be shape patterns. So on this one, maybe I'll put a bunch of hearts and polka dots. Okay, so that's the black and white pattern for that one. And finally, over here, I could do, this is a fun one where you make a bunch of rainbows and then you make even more rainbows coming out of those. I love this one. I've seen other people do it and it looks really cool. It's just like U shapes if you don't want to think of it as a rainbow. I like to put them all in the same direction. And it just comes out looking really neat. Plus, it's really fun to do. I find doing this sort of doodling or repeating shapes is really, really fun. It makes me feel happy. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed doing your rainbow lines with negative space and in rainbow order today.